In Amazon's Rings of Power, Season 2, Episode 2, Daeron the Elf mentions Daeron to Elrond. He says Daeron was insufferable but had a voice that could make the very sun weep tears of fire. Daeron was an elf that we hear about mostly in the First Age. He was Sindarin and was the minstrel and lore master of King Thingol of Doriath. You can read about him in the Silmarillion, particularly in the story of Beren and Luthien. Daeron was a great lore master and is said to be the greatest musician of the children of Iluvatar, that is, elves and men. Daeron also developed and revised the language Cirth. In those days, it is said Daeron the minstrel, chief lore master of the kingdom of Thingol, devised his runes, and the Naugrim, that is, dwarves, that came to Thingol learned them, and were well pleased with the device, esteeming Daeron's skill higher than did the Sindar, his own people, the elves. By the Naugrim, the Cirth were taken east over the mountains and passed into the knowledge of many peoples. But this great language achievement is not what he is most known for, but for his betrayal of Luthien to King Thingol, twice. Though she just viewed him as a friend, he loved Luthien, and thus became jealous when Beren and Luthien fell in love with each other. And so he betrayed her to King Thingol out of jealousy and fear and love. But Daeron the minstrel also loved Luthien, and he espied her meetings with Beren and betrayed them to Thingol. Then Luthien, perceiving that no help would come from any other on earth, resolved to fly from Doriath and come herself to him. But she sought the aid of Daeron, and he betrayed her purpose to the king. After Luthien escaped in search of Beren, Daeron eventually thought that she was lost, and he wandered far and wide in search of her, and due to his grief over his love for and the loss of Luthien, he left his homeland of Doriath and never came back. It is told that in that time Daeron the minstrel of Thingol strayed from the land and was seen no more. He it was that made music for the dance and song of Luthien before Beren came to Doriath, and he had loved her and set all his thoughts of her in his music. He became the greatest of all the minstrels of the elves east of the sea, named even before Maglor, son of Feanor. But seeking for Luthien in despair, he wandered upon strange paths, and passing over the mountains, he came into the east of Middle-earth, where for many ages he made lament beside dark waters for Luthien, daughter of Thingol, most beautiful of all living things.